Hey you guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we will be making chicken stew, as you can see from the title. As always, you want to make sure that you clean your vegetables and you have a clean space to work on. Make sure your counter is clean, your cutting board is clean, or your plate that you're chopping on, whatever you have, make sure it's clean, and make sure your hands are clean also. So for this recipe, you'll need celery, carrots, chicken stock, diced canned tomatoes, corn, beans, and chicken, and a few other ingredients that I'll list. You want to go and get a fully cooked rotisserie chicken, or you can make it yourself. I also have some frozen green beans. You just want to start out by getting a pot that you're going to make your stew in and melting a stick of butter. You want to put it on medium-high heat and just give it a quick little toss around in there and let it melt down. You just want to add a little bit of all-purpose flour to make something similar to a roux. And you just want to give it a stir and only add a little bit of flour at a time, because if you add the flour too fast, it's going to get really clumpy. So you can just go ahead and sprinkle in a little bit of flour at a time, maybe like a teaspoon or two at a time. If you need to add more butter to make it thicker, you can. And you can go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil. If it starts to like burn out a little bit on the pan, you can add some olive oil, just like I'm doing right here. So I'm just showing everything once again. So we have frozen green beans. You can use fresh green beans if you would like. I just had this on hand, so I just decided to make it. I have a whole rotisserie chicken. Get your celery. Make sure you chop off the ends and the top parts also. I chopped up some red onions. And then I mentioned that you want to get your fresh garlic and get your garlic press. Here's the Creole seasoning that I'm using. You can use which one that you prefer. A little bit of pepper and of course some salt. And some, that's not salt. That is onion powder, but we're using salt too. Chicken stock. I have one container of chicken stock. You can have two, depends on how much you make. And then your cannellini beans. You can add pinto beans. You could add no beans. So my family isn't big on beans, so you'll see that I sneak a few in there. I literally don't even use the whole can. So I didn't want to make it have too many beans, so they're like, oh, we don't want it. So you'll see it's really funny actually. So you just want to chop up your veggies. See, that didn't take too long, says the person that sped up the video and cut some of the scene out. And then you just want to cut your carrots also, of course. I cut mine into like little coin-sized carrots. Carrots are tricky because they tend to fly when you chop them. That's why you have to clean your counter space before you cook, just in case something goes all crazy. Y'all know I have to have my famous handy dandy paper plate. It's so convenient. You chop up everything, put it on there, fold it in half, and dump it in your pot or your pan. Or you can put your trash in your plate, fold it up, put it in trash. Just keep it simple. So that's my chopped veggies. They look so delicious and so fulfilling. I could sit there and eat that whole plate of veggies. You know, not all the onions, but you get what I'm saying. And then you want to go ahead and use the garlic press. I just put the whole clove in there with the peel on, and the peel doesn't come through. You can peel it if you want. Depends on how you want to do it. And then I just squeeze that really hard and then scrape it off with a knife. You don't want too much garlic. I feel like garlic is like less is more. If you put too much garlic in something, you can overpower the dish and it just tastes like garlic. And not saying that garlic is bad, but too much garlic just makes it taste like you're eating garlic. You want to taste the other flavors too. Doesn't that look good, you guys? Okay, so that roux is on low, and now I'm adding in the veggies. I just want to give them a quick little simmer down. Toss. Give them a nice little toss on low because you don't want your pot to burn. You can add more olive oil if you need to, or another stick of butter. I added more olive oil. The veggies are going to cook down anyway in the stew, but this gives it so much flavor when they cook together. And you kind of know this is done when the onions are like getting softer and the celery is getting softer. The carrots are not going to be soft all the way. Like, you'll be able to stick a fork in them when you're doing this to tell that they're done, but they're not going to be soft. So potatoes are optional. If you have picky eaters, you might want to just make the potatoes on the side and have them added to their stew individually if you have picky eaters. I did not add potatoes to my stew, but I did want to go ahead and throw that out there. And you just want to shred up your chicken piece by piece. I left the skin out. I didn't add the skin. Some people like to add the skin. The skin of the chicken does have a lot of flavor though, but the chicken itself does have a lot of flavor. This is a rosemary chicken. If you've never had a rosemary rotisserie chicken, I definitely suggest that you try one because they're really, really good and very flavorful. There's your shredded chicken. And it was so hard not to eat some of this while I shredded it. So good, you guys. You can go grab one at the store near you. Here are the ingredients that I just set out because I'm about to add them into the pot. So you just want to go ahead and add your, what did I add first? You want to add your, I did about a teaspoon of Creole seasoning. If you wanted to have a little more kick, then add 2 tablespoons. I'm sorry, not 2 tablespoons. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do one. Listen, now I'm messing up. Listen, and I'm going to keep this in the video. Do 1 teaspoon like I did. If you want more of a kick, then add 2 teaspoons, okay? Not a tablespoon. That will make your stew be on fire. Then you want to add a teaspoon of onion powder. Then add a few cracks of pepper. Like I always say, just a few cracks. A few cracks of pepper, maybe about a teaspoon of pepper also. And then you just want to go ahead and add in your delicious shredded rotisserie chicken like so, and give it a quick little stir. I like to do it this way because I just feel like all the vegetables and seasonings and everything just kind of marry together before you add the chicken stock. they just marry together and have a good time, and they become one. And don't forget to add your can of diced petite tomatoes. That's very important. And you want to add your corn. If you're a corn lover, add 2 cans. If you're a tomato lover, add 2 cans. I only added 1. Don't forget your green beans. Like I said, this is for beginners. We can do fresh green beans. We can do all types of vegetables. But today, we're just doing frozen veggies. Or you can get a bag of frozen veggies and pour it in there. Like the steamable bags that have carrots and corn and green beans and all that stuff mixed in. You can go to the store and get one of those bags and dump it in. You didn't even have to chop the carrots like I did. It comes with all that stuff in the bag. Look, that's how much beans I added. Isn't that funny, you guys? When you have picky eaters, you just kind of gotta like figure it out as you go. If you have a picky eater, you understand what I'm saying. Soon as they see too many beans, they don't want it. So just add a few beans so they don't get overwhelmed or afraid of the dish. It's like, okay, you gotta have some fiber. So we're gonna put like 5 scoops of beans in here, and that's it. You just want to give it a quick stir. If you want more liquid, you can definitely add like a cup of water, or you can add another container of chicken stock. You want to cook your stew on medium-high heat with the lid on, with it cracked, for about 30 to 45 minutes. And then check on it occasionally and give it a quick stir. But between 30 to 45 minutes is perfect. And that's how it looks. Too steamy to even tell. Surprise! I made some biscuits. So you definitely want to add some biscuits to this recipe. You can dip it in there, sop it up real good, or whatever you want to do. I love biscuits. Biscuits are so good. I have the flaky biscuits. I choose. Put in the comments below if you like flaky biscuits or if you like home style biscuits. I love the flaky ones. There's something about the flaky ones. I was being a little extra today. I made some honey butter. Just get you any kind of butter. I have vegan butter and I added some honey and I just mixed it together. It's very simple. And it's so good. So you can like dip your biscuit in some honey and eat it, girl. Or you can just dip the biscuit in the stew and eat it like that. I did it both ways. I like honey butter and I like biscuits in stew. So it's up to you. What you gonna do? Why did I just rhyme? I have to go. And there you have it. Your stew is ready. It's hot and ready. And this is perfect for any time of the day. Literally, like, you can eat stew for breakfast if you wanted to. But, like, it's so cold. It's winter time. On a nice, cold night, you should make this for your family. And, like, snuggle up in a blanket and some fuzzy slippers. And y'all should have movie night. And get some cute little bowls or, like, mugs. And sit in the living room. Or you can, instead of watching a movie, you can just cut on the fireplace sound on YouTube and just talk about how good the stew is to one another and what your plans and goals are for the weeks to come or the next month. But this stew is so good. Highly recommended for like if you're sick or not feeling well. You can add a little bit of like cayenne pepper to give it a little kick to your own bowl. But yeah, this stew is delicious. You see, it's not that many beans in there. So if you have picky eaters that don't like beans, they won't freak out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and watched it until the end. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on this if it looks good to you. Or if you decide to make it, leave a comment and report back and let me know what you think, okay? Thank you guys so much for your support. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, share. Head on over to my Instagram at Cooking with Mercedes and leave me some feedback. Leave some comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye.